Now when we have discussed about the meaning of the term mandala, history and the theoretical concepts about mandala art, let's start with drawing the mandala. But before that, let's discuss about the art supplies that are needed to draw a mandala. So to be honest, there are no special art supplies that are required to draw a mandala, because most of the things are already used in our day-to-day life, like compass, protractor and pencil. We can use all the basic stationery that is available at our home. When I start drawing mandalas in 2018, I didn't buy anything special and used all the basic stationery that I already have. Although the basic stationery sometimes is not enough, especially if you want to draw really big mandalas or draw mandalas professionally, if you want to become a professional mandala artist or aiming to be one. Let's have a look at all the art supplies one by one. So the first is the paper. For basic, any kind of paper would work. You can also use your printer paper, 80 GSM, 70 GSM, nothing matters for that basic mandala design. But if you want to draw mandalas using fine liners or alcohol markers, or maybe you want to draw a watercolor mandala or acrylic painting mandala, then you have to use a specific paper. For example, if you want to draw a mandala using watercolors, or if you are incorporating watercolors into your mandala art, you must ensure that you have watercolor paper of at least 200 GSM and 25% cotton, so that your mandala design is well done. And for the same of acrylic painting, if you are wanting to incorporate acrylic painting into your mandala art, the paper GSM must be at least 300 to 400 GSM depending upon your acrylic paint. So for basic practice, for beginners, you can definitely use any kind of paper. Your basic drawing paper or drawing journals like cartridge paper or A4 size printer paper would also work fine. But if you want to explore, you can definitely explore higher GSM and different kinds of papers depending upon the design. Now the next thing that we need to draw a mandala is a pencil, of course. So there is no specific guideline regarding the pencil. You can use your daily, your regular pencil, and you can also use a mechanical pencil or a really expensive, smart, technical mechanical pencil. To be honest, that doesn't matter a lot, because we usually use the pencil to draw the grid, or some people also use the pencil to draw the shapes and patterns first with pencil and then with pen. But I would always suggest you to use a pencil with a really thin nib and not more than 0.5 mm point if you are using a mechanical pencil, because then it becomes really hard to erase all the pencil lines and it becomes all chaotic and untidy as well. So there is no specific guideline for pencil. Use your pencil. Whatever you use, you are free to use. Now talking about ruler, you can use any kind of ruler like the 15 centimeter ruler or the 30 centimeter ruler, or even bigger than that. There is no specific guideline regarding the ruler. But if you are drawing really big mandalas on an A3 size paper, or maybe bigger than that, I would always suggest you to use bigger rulers, so that it's easy for you to draw the lines that are in the grid. So again, there is no specific guideline for rulers and scale. So the next art supply that we need for mandalas is a compass. So compass is actually one of the most important parts of drawing a mandala, because mandala basically means a circle, and you need a compass to draw circles from the center, which are known as concentric circles. So the student compass that we usually use in our geometry classes or mathematics classes, that would work really fine. But those compasses have a disadvantage that they open up to a certain limit. So if you want to draw really big or intricate mandalas, that definitely won't work. So you can definitely go for any sort of technical compass. The best technical compass that I would suggest is the MAPE technical compass, and here is a picture of that as well, because these technical compasses have many different parts available with them. So for example, in the student compass, you don't have the the facility to attach a pen. So if you want to draw circles directly using a pen, you won't be able to do that using your student compass. But in a technical compass, you have certain parts that you can just remove and then attach the pen, and you can basically use any kind of sketch pens, markers, fine liners, whatever you want with that. So if you want if you want to try out technical compass, for sure give it a try, and I would suggest MAPE technical compass, because not only it is amazing for beginners, it is also budget friendly and durable and lasts long. I have been using my MAPE technical compass since 2019 and it's still the same, so it's perfect for you. You can definitely go on and try out technical compass as well. Now after the compass, you also need a protractor, or which we commonly call D. So a protractor is basically used to mark points. What we do while drawing a grid is we mark points at 10 degrees or at every 20 degrees, and you will get to know how important a protractor is. It makes our work really easy. So you can use the usual student protractor, which is called a D. That would perfectly fine, but otherwise if you can, I would suggest you to invest in a 360-degree protractor, because it will help you in drawing mandala grids really faster, and even you can use them in bigger mandala designs as well. So there is no compulsion. If you already have the 180-degree D or the protractor, definitely use them. You don't have to spend extra money on buying any special kind of protractor. Now talking about the pens that you might need for mandala art, basically there is no defined guideline for the pens or the fine liners that you are using for mandala art. You can use your regular daily use gel pens or ball pens or glitter pens that you are using anyhow, or you can also use just a pencil. You don't even have to draw using a pen. But if you want to explore, you can definitely try on different fine liners, black fine liners, technical pens, and pigment based fine liners. So all of these are different kinds of pens that you can definitely try. So basically ink pens and gel pens and pigment based pens are totally different. Pigment based pens last longer and they don't bleed. So whenever you are drawing using pigment based pens, there won't be no ghosting and no bleeding throughout the paper. However, gel pens and ink pens are very widely used in regular uses, so sometimes it bleeds through and it kind of makes your artwork really untidy. And you can also try on fine liners, sketch pens, markers, pencil colors, basically any kind of pens that you have. If you want to buy some kind of other pens, you can definitely go on and buy any kind of fine liners or any kind of sketch pens that you have. So why we use fine liners in mandala art? Because mandala art has so many patterns, and sometimes the patterns are really intricate and they need a pen with a very small nib. So our regular use sketch pens and markers have a very wide nib, more than I guess 10 mm, which makes it difficult for drawing those intricate patterns. So at that time, our fine liners, which usually have either 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.3 or 4 mm nibs, they help us to draw those intricate patterns in a very nice and tidy way. So if you want, you can definitely buy a very basic fine liner pack which cost around 90 to 100 rupees in India. Or you can usually, if you don't want to buy any new art supplies, you can just stick to your regular use office stationery, office pens. That would be perfectly fine. So here was the art supplies guide that we need to draw mandala art, and now we will quickly move on to the grid making process, and after that we are going to practice some mandala patterns, and after that we are going to draw the whole mandala.